Are you afraid of monsters in the dark? A lot of us are. A lot of us got scared of monsters in the closet, or monsters under the bed, or just plain old being afraid of the dark. In the Star Wars universe, they have many monsters. Some dangerous, some not. But I am going to discuss 10 of the most dangerous monsters that are in the Star Wars universe. So buckle up and get ready. And if you're enjoying this content, go ahead and subscribe. I really appreciate it. So let's go ahead and get started.
Number 1 is the Summa Verminoth. Around the planet Kessel rolls the Acades Maelstrom, a cluster of gas and chunks of ice and carbon. In the maelstrom lurks the Summa Verminoth. The massive creature grows over 7,000 meters long and stares through an array of spider-like eyes. It uses gigantic tentacles covered in suckers and electrified stingers to trap and drag prey into its gigantic mouth. The Sith planet Exegol resides within a similar maelstrom containing similar creatures. However, the Exegol variant was capable of launching a psychic attack to prevent its prey from escaping. Number 2 are giant spiders. Giant spiders are disturbingly common in the Star Wars universe. Many species exist, including the Krykna from Star Wars Rebels and the knobby white ice spiders from The Mandalorian. Each variant possesses unique quirks in behavior and biology. The Krykna, for example, have a beaked mouth, only 6 legs, and strong skin that could resist blaster fire even from starships, while the ice spiders resemble Earth spiders, just larger. Despite their differences in biology and environment, they live in dark, tight spaces where they attempt to trap prey. These scenes are among the creepiest in Star Wars. Tiny spiders you can step on are bad enough. Gigantic spiders that can spin you in a web like an insect so their young can hatch and feed on your insides are horrifying. Number 3 is the Rancor. The Rancor is one of Star Wars' most recognizable animals, thanks to Jabba the Hutt keeping one as a pet and feeding his enemies to it. These carnivorous reptiles are basically Tyrannosaurus Rex with arms long enough to be useful. Their violent tendencies make them easy to dismiss as dumb brutes, but they possess surprising intelligence. They have great strength, are difficult to injure, and will eat almost anything. The Witches of Dathomir were known to tame and ride the beast into battle. Boba Fett used this tactic to turn the tide in his fight with the Pike Syndicate. Number 4 is Vixus. What's worse than a Sarlacc? A Sarlacc with reach. The Vixus is an ambush predator that lies in wait in the jungles of Umbara. Tentacles that look like vines spread from its body throughout the jungle underbush in a 7-meter radius. When the prey comes into contact with one of the tentacles, the Vixus ensnares it and drags it towards its toothy mouth. A 3-pronged tongue reaches from its maw to assist in dragging the poor creature in for digestion. The Vixus, Rathtar, Blixus, and Sarlacc all descend from a common ancestor. Number 5 are Zillobeasts. Zillobeasts are gargantuan reptiles that stand 97 meters tall. Unbelievably strong scales cover its body like plate armor. These armored scales are resistant to explosions and even lightsaber blades. Its indestructibility led some civilizations to revere it as a god. Zillobeasts were once thought extinct until the Republic's army accidentally unearthed one in battle. They were able to subdue the beast so that Supreme Chancellor Palpatine could study it. Unfortunately, it escaped and terrorized Coruscant until the Republic was forced to kill it with toxic gas. Many years later, Kylo Ren encountered a civilization worshipping a living Zillobeast. He killed their god in order to subjugate them for the First Order. Number 6 are Krayt dragons. Krayt dragons actually refer to a number of similar species on Tatooine. Essentially, these are the giant reptiles that inhabit the desert planet. Different species have variations in physical appearance, including number of limbs, and they come in various sizes, though all are massive. One commonality they share is the ability to produce Krayt venom, a potent acid for injuring and predigesting prey. These apex predators are ferocious and difficult to kill. The Tuscans opt to sacrifice banthas to them and keep them satiated rather than fighting them. However, Din Djarin did help a human village in a Tuscan settlement slay one krayt dragon that had begun to frequently prey on the nearby towns. Number 7 are Dringir. The Dringir are similar to an invasive plant species. When a seed lands on a new world, it quickly sprouts, grows, and creates more Dringir. Slicing one in half doesn't kill it, it just creates 2 Dringir. Where they differ from an invasive plant species is their voracious appetite for meat. Dringir are a mess of tentacles, thorns, and teeth. They are sentient and share a collective consciousness with deep strength in the dark side, capable of overwhelming even a Jedi. As they hunt, they chant meat, meat, meat. These creatures have been the most frightening addition to the Star Wars from the High Republic era so far. Their mission to reap meat across the galaxy is deeply disturbing. Number 8 are brainworms. Yoda once said, "Judge me by my size, do you?" And well, you should not. It's easy to tremble before the ferocity of large creatures, but don't overlook the danger of small animals that can get close before you perceive the threat. The brainworms of Geonosis are here to remind you that a predator can succeed in the hunt even if it's small in stature. These worms grow about 3 meters long and slither up a host's nose to take control of its mind. A colony of these worms can control an entire society, and they can even use dead sentients as hosts. Fortunately, brainworms lack resistance to the cold. Low temperatures can incapacitate the worms and save the hosts if utilized quickly enough. Number 9 are Rathtars. Rathtars are nightmare fuel. A collective of Rathtars is known as a remorse of Rathtars, because that is what you feel if you're unlucky enough to stumble upon one. A Rathtar is more or less a round mouth filled with sharp teeth encapsulated with a ball of tentacles that move lightning fast. They have poor eyesight but compensate by hunting in packs and communicating in high-pitched shrieks. Rathtar's skin is resistant to blaster fire, making their primary weakness the one thing you don't want to get anywhere near, their open mouths. They reproduce via fission, allowing them to quickly populate an area and making it dangerous to slash one with a lightsaber. Number 10 is the Mingal Mingal. The Mingal Mingal was the most disturbing creature from Star Wars Legends. It is a sentient dark ooze similar to the symbiote from Spider-Man. Instead of foregoing a symbiotic relationship with the host, though, it enters the host's body and digests it from the inside. The Mingal Mingal lurks in the form of a pool of ooze. When a victim draws near, it explodes and showers its prey with droplets that slither into its eyes, mouth, and nostrils. Starting with its brain and working its way down, it absorbs the internal organs. By the end of the process, the Mingal Mingal is a massive ooze wearing the husk of its prey like a suit. The creature delighted in suffering and tortured its prey with nightmarish visions while feeding. It hasn't made an appearance in the current canon, but a being with similar physical traits appeared at the end of the Star Wars Eclipse trailer.
So, what did you think of the monsters? Are there any others that you saw in Star Wars that were scarier or you think should be in the top 10? If there are, let me know down below in the comments. I always appreciate comments. I love discussing Star Wars and debating Star Wars. It's really fun. Well, that's it for this video. But come back for more Star Wars content, more live streams, more movie watches, more Black Series unboxings, and deep diving into theories like this past video that we're watching now. And remember, the Force will be with you always. If you want to know more about the ranks of the Jedi Order, check out this video.